A long-standing feud between rap artist Drake and Kendrick Lamar is once again heating up after the release of diss tracks back to back.
The world of hip-hop is no stranger to beefs and rivalries, with legendary feuds that have shaped the landscape of the genre. However, there are few rivalries as long-lasting and intense as the one between Drake and Kendrick Lamar. From mutual respect to subtle disses, their feud has become one of the most talked about in modern hip-hop. But what if there's a third player in this game? What if Serena Williams, tennis legend and global icon, had a role to play in this clash? It's a story that intertwines power moves, personal relationships, and public moments that no one saw coming. In this breakdown, we'll delve into the origins of Drake and Kendrick Lamar's feud, the unexpected involvement of Serena Williams, and how it all came to a head during one of the most iconic moments in Super Bowl history. Let's unravel the drama and uncover why Serena Williams may have a long-standing issue with Drake. The origin of the Drake and Kendrick Lamar rivalry. It all began in the early 2000s and 10s, when both Drake and Kendrick Lamar were rising stars in the rap world. Drake, having already made a name for himself with his mixtape So Far Gone and album Thank Me Later, was establishing himself as a versatile artist capable of blending emotional lyricism with mainstream success. Kendrick Lamar, on the other hand, was fresh off his Section .80 project, a record that garnered significant buzz and laid the groundwork for his future as one of the genre's most influential voices. Drake, recognizing Kendrick's talent, extended a hand in collaboration. Kendrick was featured on Drake's Take Care album in 2011, on the track Buried Alive interlude. Their collaboration seemed like the start of a promising partnership, and it was a clear sign of mutual respect. At the time, Kendrick looked up to Drake as a mentor, someone who had already navigated the mainstream spotlight successfully. But, as is often the case in hip-hop, mutual respect can quickly turn to competition. As Kendrick's star began to rise with the release of his seminal album Good Kid, M.A.'d City in 2012, it became clear that he wasn't content just being a part of the rap scene. He wanted to dominate it. That ambition would soon lead to the infamous control verse, the control verse and the shift in dynamics. In 2013, Kendrick Lamar released a verse on Big Sean's track Control that sent shockwaves through the hip-hop world. The verse, which name-dropped several of rap's biggest stars, including Drake, was a bold declaration of Kendrick's intent to be the best. He didn't just name-drop, he directly challenged his peers, including Drake, to step their game up. The response from the hip-hop community was immediate, and the indirect tension between Kendrick and Drake began to simmer. Drake, ever the strategist, didn't take the bait immediately. He played it cool in interviews, dismissing Kendrick's comments as mere ambition. But the industry knew something had changed. A rift had formed, and it was only a matter of time before it would erupt. Quiet Cold War of the mid-2010s. Following Kendrick's explosive control verse, things entered a phase of subtle jabs and unspoken tension. Kendrick continued to make pointed remarks in interviews, calling out Drake for his perceived lack of authenticity and his association with ghostwriters. Drake, on the other hand, used his typical clever wordplay to address Kendrick's criticisms, but never fully acknowledged the animosity. They were locked in a Cold War, where neither artist was willing to fully escalate the situation. Their interactions over the next few years would be defined by passive-aggressive lines in their music. Kendrick dropped lines like "The Blacker the Berry" and "Humble," while Drake responded with tracks like "The Ride" and "0 to 100, all while maintaining an outward sense of peace. They were at an impasse, two rap giants, both unwilling to make the first aggressive move, but clearly aware of each other's presence. The public escalation. The rap war of 2024. In 2024, the tension finally boiled over. Kendrick Lamar, fed up with the years of perceived disrespect, took the gloves off. In March of that year, he released a scathing diss track that went directly after Drake. This wasn't a subliminal shot or a clever line. It was a full-on verbal assault. Kendrick dismissed the idea of the Big Three, himself, Drake, and J. Cole, declaring that there was only one rap giant in the game, himself. Drake, always the tactician, didn't respond right away. Instead, he took to the stage at a concert in Florida and delivered a cryptic message to his fans. "No one can touch me." While the statement was confident, it was clear that Kendrick's diss track had struck a nerve. By April, Drake released his own diss track, mocking Kendrick's stature and taking shots at his label. But Kendrick wasn't done. He fired back with Euphoria, a 6-minute track that dismantled Drake's credibility. The rap war was in full swing. Tracks like Family Matters and 616 in LA escalated the stakes, with both rappers using personal attacks, questioning each other's relationships, and making public accusations. The battle wasn't just about who had the best lyrics anymore. It was about their very identities and legacies in the rap world. The meaning behind Serena's Super Bowl gesture. Serena's decision to perform the Mice Walk at the Super Bowl was more than just a flashy moment. The move held personal significance for her. In 2003, her half-sister Yetunde Price tragically lost her life in a drive-by shooting. Given this painful history, many wondered why Serena would choose to make this gesture in such a public setting. But Serena later clarified that her intention wasn't to glorify gang culture, but rather to take ownership of a moment that had been criticized in the past. It was her way of reclaiming the narrative. In a video posted afterward, Serena explained that she would never have done the Baichu walk at Wimbledon, given the strict regulations. But this was her moment to do it on her terms. "I did that for me," she said. "And I did that for Kendrick." In essence, Serena had sent a message to Drake without ever uttering a word. The fallout. What happens next? Following the Super Bowl, the fallout was immediate. The internet exploded with reactions to Serena's gesture. Fans and media outlets alike began to speculate on the deeper meaning behind her actions. While Drake remained silent on the matter, it was clear that his relationship with Serena was forever changed. His subtle jabs at her and her family had finally caught up with him. Kendrick, for his part, didn't need to say a word. His performance, combined with Serena's symbolic gesture, had made it clear that he had won the war of 2024. Serena's involvement only solidified his victory, turning a personal rivalry into a public spectacle. The legacy of this feud. As the years go by, the Drake and Kendrick Lamar feud will undoubtedly be remembered as one of the most intense and intricate rivalries in rap history. What started as a friendly collaboration between two talented artists turned into a battle for supremacy. The rivalry between them became a cultural phenomenon, one that transcended music and spilled into the world of sports, celebrity, and even law. Serena Williams, once a peripheral figure in this saga, found her own way to make an impact. Her Super Bowl moment will go down in history as a defining gesture in the world of entertainment. She didn't need a diss track or a Twitter war. She made her statement with her actions, reminding the world that power comes in many forms. And as for Drake and Kendrick, their battle may be far from over. But one thing is for sure, it's been a feud that's captured the hearts and minds of fans everywhere, fueled by pride, talent, and an unyielding desire to be at the top. As the dust settles on this legendary rap war, one thing remains clear. In the world of hip-hop, nothing is ever truly over. Rivalries come and go, but the stakes are always high, and the impact is everlasting. The feud between Drake and Kendrick Lamar has shaped the sound and culture of modern rap, with each artist pushing the other to new heights. And as for Serena Williams, her unexpected role in this drama reminds us that influence can come from anywhere, and power isn't always wielded with words. Whether it's through bars, beats, or bold gestures, these titans of their respective worlds have etched their names in history. So, as we reflect on this complex saga, one question remains: who's next? Because in the world of rap, the game is always changing, and the next chapter is just around the corner. Until then, remember, hip-hop isn't just about the music. It's about the story, the struggle, and the legacy we leave behind. Stay tuned, because this feud is far from over.